Faith Time is our weekly conversation on matters of faith. Joining us this morning is Micah Gaston with Three Circle Church in Midtown Mobile. Thanksgiving coming up this week. It is a uniquely American holiday, a Christian holiday. What do you say is the theology of Thanksgiving?
That's a great question. So I think really it's rooted all throughout the Bible. You have a lot of passages in the Old Testament that talk about giving thanks to God all throughout the Old Testament. There's more than 80 of them. And then you have another, 30, 40 or so in the Old Testament, New Testament that are people reflecting Thanksgiving, thanking people or God for things that they've done in their lives. And so I think there's a rich theology of that that shapes how we respond to things we're grateful for and to see our lives with an overall perspective of gratitude for blessings. Yeah.
How do we stay thankful to God even in times where there are troubles, there are difficulties, there are setbacks?
Sure. Well, I think part of it is that heart of being able to count your blessings and being aware of those things, because I think sometimes, particularly when we're dealing with a tough situation, we can focus on the negative aspects of that.
Yeah.
And if we don't tabulate all of the blessings and good gifts, because the New Testament tells us every good gift is a blessing from God. And there's this theology of common grace, right? And so the created order, things out there, our bodies functioning, the sunrise in the morning, all those things are gifts from the good hand of God. And so if we simply look at the negative things and we're not aware of all those blessings on the other side of that, then that can kind of unbalance the scales in our life. And so I think we have to have an all-encompassing perspective of all the blessings, not just the negative.
How do we find a way to be thankful in all circumstances?
Sure. Well, I think it's being able to cultivate in your heart things that set you in a posture to be thankful. So I think, Paul talks about in the New Testament contentment in the middle of incarceration, in the middle of, desolation and being in need in a lot of ways. He says, yet I've learned to be content. And so I think in our culture, there's so many ways we're prosperous, right, that we have to be able to find a way in our lives to define enough.
And we will talk a little bit more about that in the next hour of News 5 this morning.